Nobody is illegal on stolen land. Nobody.
Yeah.
Thank you. Everybody belongs here. You belong here. You belong here. Everybody here belongs here. This land doesn't belong to anybody. We love the Somali community. You guys don't deserve what you guys go through and the slander that people put you guys through. Thank you.
If no human is illegal on stolen land and all of the land in the US is stolen, then if I break into your house, do you think I would be illegal then? This whole idea that just because land was conquered at some point, that means that laws don't exist or apply is just elementary, because all land was conquered at some point. In fact, do you know how the Spanish defeated the Aztecs? With the help of tens of thousands of indigenous people. Do you know why so many indigenous people teamed up with the Spanish to defeat the Aztecs? Because the Aztecs were a brutal empire. Surrounding tribes were tired of having their people taken prisoner by the Aztecs by the thousands, so that those people could have their hearts ripped out in religious ceremonies held by the Aztecs. Western civilization is not the only civilization that engaged in violent conquest. Why do you think the Great Wall of China was built? It was built to keep the violent Mongolians out of China. This concept that, oh, all of the land is stolen, therefore property rights and borders just cease to exist, is so elementary. I'm pretty sure that every parcel of land that I can think of has been violently fought over at one point in history.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for always stopping by. So credit goes to all the creators in these videos, guys. This is one of those statements that sparks a lot of discussion, especially right now with all these immigration policies, with all these deportations in the United States. And people are reacting very different, Some people feel it's powerful, some people feel it's uncomfortable. And guys, that's why I brought it here, so that we can talk about it. Now, the United States was built on land that belonged to indigenous people. And long before borders or passports existed, right? Land was taken, agreements were broken, and people were forced to move. Now, that is part of history, and that is a fact. Now, when people use this phrase, they are reminding us of the past. They are asking us to think about the past and not ignore it. But today, right, we also live in an age where there are laws. I mean, countries exist with laws, and immigration laws exist for a reason. Now, they set rules about those that can enter, those that can stay, how the process works, and people follow rules every single day. Now, people apply for visa, they go through interviews, they wait for approvals, and rules like this help keep the system organized and fair, right? Without them, it will be hard to know what is allowed and what is not allowed. So when people think about this phrase, nobody is illegal on stolen land, I feel that it raises a real tension, because on one side, right, there is history that cannot be ignored, and on the other side, there are rules that exist today. Now, both sides are real, because recognizing history does not mean we should ignore rules. And following the rules does not mean we should also forget about our history. I feel both of them can exist at the same time, because laws exist because they serve a purpose. They help manage movements, protect resources, ensure fairness for everyone that follows the rules. That is the part that many people forget, because rules are not there to punish, right? They are there to guide, they are there to create order. And when someone breaks them, consequences follow, because that is just how the system works. That is why rules matter. And many people are talking about this topic in reference to the Somalis, right? Those that broke the rules and are facing the consequences. Now, some people are like, oh, nobody is illegal on stolen land, so all the Somalis that break the law and all of that should be allowed to stay. I don't believe so. I believe that every action has consequences. If you break the law because you know that there are rules, and you know that this thing that you are doing, this fraud and all of these things, is against the system, and you still went ahead to do it at the same time. So if you knew all of this and the law catches up with you, I just believe you should just deal with the consequences of your actions, because there are rules for a reason. Now, there are so many people having protests, talking online, and they are saying, oh, nobody is illegal on stolen land, this and that. All the Somalis, they should be allowed to stay. All this money that they are taking, it doesn't belong to anybody, this and that. And I'm like, how exactly do people talk like this? You're talking about taxpayers' money here. So because nobody is illegal on stolen land, it means as they have come into the United States, they should do whatever they want. They should not follow the rules. So those that are now following the rules, is it that they don't know what they are doing? Guys, think about this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's see what other creators have to say.
No one is illegal on stolen land. Okay, first of all, pretty much every country on this planet was stolen from somebody else. Does this mean that no country should have immigration law? And second, since you are living on stolen land right now, does this mean that it's okay for people to just walk in your house and do whatever they want?
Nobody is illegal on stolen land. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that sentiment and that statement floating around on social media. And it always like baffles me when people say that, because what is your expectation? It seems like people expect that the United States is supposed to be just a free for all, where everybody just comes over here. There's no rules, there's no regulations. It's just a lawless place for people to just come and hustle it out, make some money, send it back home, and just live happily ever after. And like people say that it's on stolen land, they always bring this up. Like, y'all, come on. Like we're 500 years plus in. What do you think when you're making this statement? What do you think is going to happen? You think that people spent centuries building up a nation, building up buildings, making infrastructure, like, and you think that they're just going to one day just say, okay, let's just give it all back and we'll just float ourselves back to Never Land? Like, what is actually your expectation? What do you expect? It's a country that has rules, that's been established for hundreds of years. It's already been established. There is no going back. This land is not the same land that it was 500-600 years ago. It's not the same place. So, like, I understand the emotions of not wanting to be deported, but at the same time, there's nowhere in this world where you can go and not have to go through some type of immigration process if you're not actually from there. Since the land has been established as a nation, since it's been what it is, there is no going backwards. It just is what it is. I don't know why people are always bringing up this, oh, it's on stolen land. America's not a real place because it's on stolen land. And you guys stole it from the Native Americans and the forefathers stole it from the Native. What do you want to be done? There's nothing you can do. You want us to just bulldoze the whole goddamn country and then and turn it back until it ain't no going back. So you might as well save that shit. Save that conversation. Don't waste your energy. Ain't nothing gonna go backwards, and that it ain't gonna change. Like, people get so upset about deportation and immigration laws and stuff like that when it comes to the United States. But it's like, name me one country, name me a lawless nation that has happy, thriving, and successful people. If the United States did not have any rules or regulations or any laws or anything like that, it would be lawless, and it would just be a bunch of madness. There would be no structure for you to even want to be a part of. You wouldn't even want to be here. You wouldn't even want to be here if the country was lawless with no rules. So I don't know, y'all. I don't get it.
I don't want to hear another white person say the word illegal for the rest of my goddamn life. We are living on stolen land. Our ancestors forcibly and violently seized this land from the indigenous peoples who were living here for generations before we ever showed up. We do not get to call them illegal.
You white liberals talk too much. You talk too damn much. Let's stop talking and start acting. Why are you still here? Why are you still on stolen land that your ancestors stole? Why are you still here? You should have been gone by now. When are you giving the land back? Not only the land, but all your properties that you made here on stolen land, you need to give it all the way up. The cars, the jewelries, the clothing, the houses, every damn thing, all your properties, you need to give it all the way up. And then you need to move out of this country ASAP. So when is this happening? because you talk damn too much. Start acting. Let's go.
Guys, let's think about this further. If you come to a country as an immigrant, following the rules is not optional. And it doesn't matter what history says, right? It doesn't matter what slogans exist. Laws and regulations are there to protect the system and to make things fair for everyone. Now, when rules are ignored, it creates problems not just for the individuals that refuse to follow the rules, but for the other people that are following the rules as well. And many immigrants follow the rules perfectly. So many of them, they work hard, they contribute to the society, they pay their taxes, they respect the laws, and that is what, allows immigration of policies to work fairly, because the law is not against you. It's just there to make sure the system functions properly. And at the same time, recognizing history is important, and nobody is illegal on stolen land. Just reminds us that systems and borders are human made, but history cannot be used as an excuse to break rules today. And history does not cancel responsibility, because laws exist now in the present and they must be followed, guys. The takeaway from all this is simple: history matters and reflection also matter. But because if you come as an immigrant, rules exist for a reason and you follow them. And that is the part that cannot be ignored. And this phrase just makes us reflect, right? But it does not mean that rules do not apply. Following rules is just how fairness is maintained, is how trust is kept, is how the system functions. And this is why it matters for everyone and for that society that you have become a part of. Because history and fairness, rules and responsibility can all exist together. Because you can reflect on the past, but you can still follow the rules today because you live in the present. Guys, I believe that that is just the message. But some people seem to ignore the fact that rules exist in today's world for a reason, and they still bent on the fact that, the land of America was stolen from the indigenous people, this and that, and then everybody is living on stolen land, everybody is living on illegal land. So you cannot come and say, oh, these people should not be allowed to stay because they are stolen ground, right? I believe that every action has consequences. If you come as an immigrant and you break the law, you defraud the system, you must face the consequences. Either it's a stolen land or not, because you don't exist in the past, you exist in the present. And in the present that you exist, there are laws, there are rules that must be followed, and you must follow it if you want to exist in that same society. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be reading. I want to hear from you. And if you have found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll definitely see you in my next video. Please stay safe. Ciao.